BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for all your sports betting action. Baseball season is in full swing, and we're into the home stretch for NBA and NHL playoffs. And there's more ways to stay in on the action with the latest odds, news and scores, even live in-game betting while the games are being played. With the largest selection of odds on everything from the MLB, NHL, and UFC. And in between games, head over to the BetOnline Casino. All the top Vegas-style games, including poker and live casino action. So BetOnline, the game starts here. Next from the Human Shield. Subject is K100 needs to get real about the Hurt Syndicate. Hi guys, I love your show and listen to it on YouTube regularly. Do you have a point? I have to point out an issue with how a question was answered in a recent mailbag, however. Not so much from Disco, he kept it 100, but from Konnan. The question rightfully pointed out that MVP criticized Triple H for making Bobby Lashley a mid-card act when he's a mid-card act in AEW. Konnan chose to ignore that and instead focused on the fact that he likes them. What? That's not the point. Yes, the Hurt Syndicate are probably the best thing in AEW. That doesn't change the fact they're in the mid-card feuding with guys like Sammy, Dustin, and the Outrunners. They're not in the main event. MVP said Bobby should be pushed like Brock Lesnar, and Triple H was wrong for not doing it. But when was Brock Lesnar battling Tensai and Brodus Clay for the tag team titles? He wasn't. Can you guys acknowledge, even if you like their work, they're nowhere close to being booked as a main event act in AEW? P.S. Just as a bonus fact, MVP talks about Bobby being a top guy for Vince. You know what Bobby was doing right before Vince retired the first time? Bad pose-offs while the U.S. title feud with Austin Theory. Get a grip, MVP. I think what this guy said has a lot of merit to it, because you're absolutely right. They're not. But here's one thing that you have to understand, Human Shield. Main events on their show aren't actually main events, because I think Daniel Garcia has been in more main events in the past 2 years on a Dynamite than anybody in that company. Would you agree with that, coming in?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's just because you're not in the main event. At least they're presenting them in the ring as like the possible top on the show.
Okay. What's this guy's name?
This guy's name is Human Shield.
Human Shield. Okay, so I need you to understand something. Maybe you ought to listen to full shows and not just clips, and you especially should listen to a review of Dynamite. We have both been in concurrence and incessantly putting over the Hurt Business. Yeah, they should have been a main event act in WWE, and even though they don't really get treated like a main event act in AEW, even though they're super over. And by the way, when he was doing that stupid skit where he would bend over and show his hamstrings, remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And then something happened with his sisters. I forgot exactly. Do you remember, Joe?
Didn't they bring him out for some really bad skit with?
It was terrible. Whatever it was, I remember that. And then the Russo's wife was JoJo.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
So for you to pin it all
the point
on,
is that, no. But I think the point the guy's making is how much, like, compare it to AEW. It's not AEW's not much better right now compared to who's wrestling on the card.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. We've said that. Listen to the reviews, my friend.
Right.
As I would say on Twitter, inform thyself. Boom.
Insulting our listeners, crazy.
What does Dave say? Reading is your friend or something like that?
That's great.
Yeah. Sometimes in life, if you want to get to the truth, you have to look at the numbers. Unfortunately, 50% of all dogs over 10 years old will die of cancer, and the other 40 to 50% suffer miserably from skin issues or joint problems. And this is widely attributed to your dog's diet. These numbers are what inspired Dr. Dennis Black to create Rough Greens. With thousands of testimonials and 5-star reviews every month, Rough Greens is now the #1 all-natural dog supplement in America. They've helped millions of pups, like mine, stay active and be healthy. And your pup could be next. Fetch a free Jumpstart trial bag for your dog today. You just cover shipping. Go to roughgreens.com. Just use promo code DISCO. That's RUFFGREENS.com. Promo code DISCO. You don't have to change your dog's food to improve your dog's health. Just add a scoop of Rough Greens.
Yo, what's up? I just want to thank you guys for watching this clip. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And join our YouTube membership for hours and hours of exclusive, unedited, uncensored content. And being a member will help you get involved in our upcoming live streams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for riding with us. I know you got a lot of other podcast choices, be it wrestling or other ones. And thank you for picking us. Boom.